Hi everyone! Welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to review the Ordinary Serum Foundation. I've watched a lot of YouTubers review this product already, but I just feel like doing a review myself. So this foundation has been really hyped in the beauty community in YouTube, and I really believe that a lot of them were influenced by Wayne Goss's review. I love him, by the way. So I've heard a lot of good things about this foundation. First and foremost, the price point. This is a very cheap drugstore foundation. This retails at $6, I believe, in the US. I bought this for €6.70. So if you convert that into dollars, it'll work out around $6. So a lot of beauty gurus say that this product is very similar to Makeup Forever HD foundation. I can't really tell. I don't have that foundation. I don't own any high-end foundations, but I will still get on with the review and I will give you my thoughts. Apart from the price, let's talk about the packaging. So the foundation looks like this. This is plastic, I believe. Yeah, this is plastic, and I like how the cover looks. Like, it's matte. But the thing about this kind of finish, I mean, the matte finished top, this gets dirty really quick. Like, if you get foundation on it, it's really hard to, I mean, it's not really that hard, but it's messy. So yeah, just want to get that out of the way. And then they also do the coverage one. They call it coverage foundation, so I believe that one's more leaning towards medium to full coverage, but I didn't manage to get one because they didn't have my shade, so I just bought the serum foundation one. I also bought two shades. The lighter one is the Y.2YG, which stands for yellow gold, and then the darker shade is the 3.0Y. So yep, this has SPF 15. This has got 30 mils worth of products in it, which is pretty standard for liquid foundations. Anyway, on to the review. I'm gonna mix the two colors here because I believe that the Y.2YG is too light for my skin tone. So fingers crossed that I could get the perfect shade for me. So yeah. So I'm just gonna put one pump onto the back of my hand, and then, oh my gosh, I don't know how much I'm gonna put. And then I'm gonna put probably like 2 drops of the darker shade. Okay, that's enough. So as you can see, it is very liquidy. The consistency, I believe, is, I don't know, it's runny. So I think that this has a very thin consistency. We'll see about that in a bit. I really hope that this is my shade. I have already moisturized my face, by the way. I didn't prime my face because I wanted to see how long the foundation is actually gonna last on its own. I have a lot of red spots on my face, like here and around my nose and my cheeks, but let's see how this foundation does. I really hope that that's my shade. Well, whatever. Let's just get on with it. So I'm just using my Real Techniques beauty sponge, and I'm just trying to evenly spread that foundation. I have a combination skin. I have a very oily T-zone, but the sides of my nose are really dry. I don't get how that's possible, but the center of my nose is very oily, and then my cheeks are dry as well. So yeah, I think this shade is just perfect. So far it's doing well, but I could still see a little bit of redness on my face, like on my nose, like on my chin. But this is just the first layer, and I'm gonna try do another layer and see if we could build it up. I'm just gonna lightly put some dots on my face to carefully even it out and not ruin the first layer. I think that it's building up really well. I am liking this foundation. I don't think that this is a full coverage foundation, but I think that this is leaning towards medium to semi full coverage. This foundation is buildable, definitely buildable, and I am very happy with how it's looking. I'm not sure if I'm looking too yellow on camera, but in person it's like it's my shade. It's looking alright. So I couldn't see myself. I don't have a viewfinder, so please forgive my camera if it's looking too yellow. I'll make it work. So now, how it feels on the face. It definitely feels like I have nothing on my face. Like I couldn't tell that there's like that I've put something or a foundation on my face. Like, no. It's very lightweight. I love it. It's very comfortable. And yeah, so me and my husband are going out tonight. We're gonna have dinner out. So I'm gonna do some check-in with you guys just to see how this foundation is gonna do. It's currently 2:40 in the afternoon. I'm going to try and keep my makeup on all day. I'm gonna keep this probably for 8 hours just to see if it could really last that long. And I'm just gonna do my makeup and I'll be right back with you. Hey guys, so I just finished my makeup. Guess what time it is already? It took me so long to do my makeup because I kept on messing up my falsies. I had to like redo them multiple times. But yeah, it's actually 4:30 p.m. already. So it's nearly 2 hours since I last did a check-in, like since I left you. But anyway, back to reviewing the foundation. So far it's doing quite well. My smile lines aren't showing yet. It's not creasing or anything. It's doing really great, and I don't think I look yellow anymore. But there's one thing that's bugging me. My nose, like my foundation on my nose, like if I come closer, I think you should be able to see that it's rubbing off already. But I did press too deep when I did my faux freckles. So maybe that did something. Probably that did. But for the rest of my face, as you can see, it's really doing quite well. I'm not looking too oily or anything. It's perfectly matte on my face and I love it so much. So it's only been 2 hours. There's 6 more hours to go, and I will do a few more check-ins a bit later. But before that, let me show you pictures of my face and of the foundation before we start. So what time is it already? 6:30?
7 something like that.
So it's already 6:30, I think. It's been almost 4 hours, and this is how my foundation looks. You can't really see. Okay, this is how my foundation looks right now. I think it looks It still looks great. What do you think about my foundation right now?
Still looks good.
It looks good. Hi guys, so we just had our dinner and it was really lovely, wasn't it, babe?
Yes, it was. Very nice.
Very nice. He had a ribeye steak, wasn't it? And then I had a rabbit pasta thingy. I can't even remember the name. It's in Maltese, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So anyway, about my foundation, I think my foundation is still looking great. What's the time? It's 8:05. So 2:40, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7:40. So it's been 5 hours and a half almost, and it's doing really well. As you can see, like my face is still very matte, and as I said earlier, I have a very oily nose, and this it's not oily at all, but you could tell that it's starting to rub off. It was already rubbing off earlier when I did my fake freckles thingy, but it's doing quite well. For the price, it was only $6. It was only a $6 foundation. Baby,
What?
it's a $6 foundation. Mug. Yeah, he's not paying attention to me anyway. Yeah, so I love it, and you have to get your hands on the Ordinary Foundation. I use the Serum Foundation and it's great. I can't say anything. It's just great. So I'm going to do another check-in later. We're going home after here, but I'm probably not gonna check in for a few more hours from now. But yeah, I'll see you again shortly. Hey guys, so this is my last check-in. It's currently 11:40 p.m. so it's been 9 hours since I first applied my foundation. I was supposed to check in earlier at 10:40, but the hotel next door had a band playing until 11, so I just had to wait until they finish. By the way, I'm so sorry about my light right now. I'm actually using my portable ring light. You know, the portable ring light that you clip on your phone, the tiny one. I don't have a proper ring light yet because I don't have a budget for it and I don't really film at night. So yeah, please bear with me. As you can see, I'm a shiny hot mess right now. You can see that my cheeks and my chin and my nose are very oily, but my forehead is quite matte, my cheeks are quite matte, but as I said earlier, my T-zone is very oily. But anyway, that doesn't bother me. 9 hours is a good amount of time for a drugstore foundation, and you couldn't really expect for a $6 foundation to last that long. And yeah, I'm pretty happy about how this foundation performed. I'm touching my nose right now and the oil is actually transferring to my finger, but overall I'm not disappointed about this foundation. I actually really love it. The foundation that I used to use before this foundation was my Lumi Magic foundation, the L'Oreal Lumi Magic, and oh, that foundation's horrible. Like an hour after my application, it starts rubbing off all over the corners of my nose. But this foundation is very different. If I remember it correctly, my Lumi Magic foundation cost me £10. I bought it in the UK and it was £10 if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure how much that is in US dollars, but if you compare that to the $6 foundation, which also performs really well. I'd rather go for the cheaper one. If you ask me, I would highly recommend for you to buy this foundation. You won't regret it. And I also forgot to mention earlier, before we left, or in my introduction, this foundation actually had 25,000 wait list, 25,000 people in their wait list, because they were out of stock of the serum foundation and the coverage foundation. I heard that some of them even had to wait for like a month to 2 months to get their orders to them. But I placed this order on the 20th of August, I believe, and this came like a week later, which wasn't really that bad. I think that I just got lucky. I think that I placed my order when they restocked their foundations, but not all of the shades were available. That's why I had to purchase 2 shades, one that is lighter and one that is darker, so I could like mix and match. But that's really fine with me. It worked out in the end. So yeah, you better get your hands on this foundation and tell me what you think about it. I would love to hear your thoughts. So yeah, that's my 2 cents, and I hope that I helped you decide on whether or not you should get this foundation. So I hope that you enjoyed this video in some way, and I will see you again on my next video next week. Please don't forget to leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, leave some comments down below, follow me on social media, on Twitter, on Instagram, and on Facebook, and I will see you again in my next video. Bye!